All right, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Natalie Schroeder, and today we're going to talk about women's health, which is a great class. I hope you all had a chance to print off the PDF so you can kind of follow along. But health and hormones, they start dictating our life early and they last with us forever. So if you had a chance to fill this out already, on a scale from 1 to 10, answer your questions about monthly cycle or menopause symptoms. And then are there other areas of hormone balance that are difficult for you? So hopefully we'll go through several of these today so you can kind of tick off what we're talking about that applies to you. So, hold on. All right, so the endocrine system is basically our hormone system. There's more than just, when we think of hormones, we just think about like the reproductive organs, but there's so many hormones in our body, our thyroid, our thymus, our pancreas, adrenal glands, the pituitary gland is huge. So our whole hormonal system is called the endocrine system. And it's directly involved in growth and development, metabolism, nutrient regulation, homeostasis in general. If you don't know what homeostasis means, it just means when your body is where it should be. Kind of, if something's out of whack, to bring it back to homeostasis means to make it normal again. So they send hormones to targeted organs and tissues in the circulatory system. And they are very beneficial since they are circulated in the same way. Essential oils are very beneficial because they're circulated the same way. They get into our system, they go through our circulatory system, they hit every organ and every cell in our body within 20 minutes. So, all right, lifelong vitality. We talk about this almost every class because it is, so important. And it is the foundation of nutrition for our body, not just what we think about the food we eat, but like cellular nutrition. You need it for hormone balance and energy levels. It's got antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, and energy cofactors, so it's really going to help overcome a lot of these issues we're dealing with. Oops, sorry. Oh, goodness, wrong one. There we go. So, liver. Your liver is super important for hormone balance, and that's because it is where we get rid of everything extra, all of our toxins. Anything that we don't use in our body needs to get processed out somehow, and the liver is one of the first places it goes. And so if stuff is getting built up or out of whack there, it can totally start shifting our hormone balance in our body. You always want to drink plenty of water. Adding lemon or Slim and Sassy to it can help a lot. Any of the citrus oils are actually really great in your water. Slim and Sassy is particularly good because it's got citrus oils in it. It also has some basil, which is really good for your metabolism and your sugar levels. Anyone here that deals with like diabetes or pre-diabetes or anything like that, you know how when your sugar levels spike and dip, what a huge difference it can make in your body. And so that's where Slim and Sassy is really great for that. There's one other oil in it. Let me look here. I'm pretty sure metabolic blend it's called. Metabolic blend, yes. So it's got grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. Is that the right one? Okay. So it's really good for gallbladder, high cholesterol, digestive stimulant. So it doesn't have basil in it. I thought it had basil in it. Maybe it's the ginger I was thinking of. It's good for eating disorders and appetites and cravings. So it's really just a great oil to have. So if you like the taste of it and want to throw some in your water, it's a great way to get that into your system. If you don't like the taste of it, it comes in capsules as well. So Slim and Sassy is one hopefully we're going to be talking about in our 30-day challenge we've got coming up as something that can really help boost your energy, equal out your sugar levels, and curb cravings. The next is Zendocrine. So there's the Zendocrine soft gel and the Zendocrine complex, and they are different. So much like the Serenity capsules and the Serenity oil, they're different. So the Zendocrine soft gels are the Zendocrine oil just in soft gels. very good at just detoxing your body, getting everything out that needs to be out. It is great for kidney, gallbladder, and liver cleansing is like the top usage it has mentioned in here. It also helps get heavy metals out of your body. It's good for weight loss, colitis, adrenal fatigue, endocrine, and hormone balance. So Zendocrine is a really great one. This one can be taken daily. The Zendocrine complex is a little different. And we're going to talk about how and why. And we're not going to want to take this one 24/7. So this one is whole foods, enzymes, and things like that. So it's got barberry leaf, milk thistle, burdock root, clove bud, dandelion root, garlic fruit, red clover, and that all those target the cleansing and support of the liver and helps cleanse out blood toxins. Then we've got Turkish rhubarb stem, the burdock root again, and clove bud, dandelion root. Those target the cleansing of the kidneys, and they actually strengthen the kidneys. They are intended to kind of nourish the cells there to make them work the best they can. Then we have some other ones, psyllium seed and acai gum bark and marshmallow root, which help strengthen the elimination process of the colon and the colon health, and osha root, safflower petals, which help strengthen and cleanse the lungs, because how we breathe is actually another way that we cleanse our system. And kelp, milk thistle, burdock root, clove, garlic help support the toxins from the skin. And then lastly, there's enzyme assimilation system, which helps cofactors of magnesium and manganese, which increases digestion and utilization of the rest of the ingredients. So this is a very hard-hitting, compact capsule, and you want to take it for like, I think it's 2 weeks to a month at the most. And then you want to give your body a rest because it is really doing a lot of work in your body. But the two of these together are going to be huge for supporting all those elimination things in your body. And when those are working well, it's going to help your hormones balance well. So I hope I explained that well. I don't see anything in the chat yet, so we're going to move on. Okay, just a minute. I will be right back. Sorry, it's allergy season and I have not taken my
little basket.
All right, so next for thing we're going to talk about is our adrenals. Does anyone here know about adrenal fatigue? I hope you do, because it's very important. And there's a couple things we have that can kind of help adrenal fatigue from happening. And one is magnolia, which was really interesting to me because I think of it as a woman's blend and a hormone blend, but I don't think of it about adrenal fatigue. But it is actually very, very good at that. And it is, says here it works well for stress, especially, which is what can cause your adrenals to fatigue. And then Mito2 Max is energy. It's mitochondrial level energy. And if you can kind of keep your body from getting into that stressed, fatigued place, you're really going to help with adrenal fatigue. Some other things in here I wanted to look up real quick. Sorry, I had all these tabbed and then my 8-year-old came through. But adrenal fatigue, like adrenal stress, is pretty normal. When you actually get to the point of adrenal fatigue or adrenal failure, you have to be hospitalized because it is such a big deal. And okay, so your adrenals, also if you have Addison's disease or cortisol imbalance or Cushing syndrome, these are all really important to deal with because your adrenals are so important. So basil, geranium, rosemary, lang lang, the detoxification blend, which is zendocrine, and the invigorating blend, all of those will really, really help with your adrenals. So I would hope that if that's something you deal with, if that's something you deal with, I hope that you can work on those. So here we go. Here's the female reproductive system. And I kind of skip over this a lot because I think most people know it, but in the off chance that we have any younger viewers here who are maybe still learning about this, or if you know, you just don't know a lot about it, this is what it looks like. You've got your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, your uterus, your vagina, and all these are really important to your system. Now, even if you've had a hysterectomy, these are really, really important to have to your body and your system, the fact that they were there and that they once helped things. So here's one of the first things we're going to talk about is ClariCalm. ClariCalm is amazing for hormone balancing. Yeah, the main thing in it is clary sage, and it's really good for all things hormonal. It just kind of puts stuff back where it's at. Remember, we talked about homeostasis. That's one of the things I love about essential oils over modern day medications, is that a lot of oils are meant to put your body into homeostasis. If you have too much, if you don't have enough, it's helping support your body in what it needs to do, as opposed to giving you something. So like, for example, if you have a thyroid problem and you take Synthroid, it's synthetic thyroid, right? And it's giving you thyroid. This is probably a bad example because Synthroid is pretty benign, but let's say you started taking way too much of it, and then you could damage yourself because now you've gone the other direction. Well, essential oils don't do that because they would just promote the thyroid itself, help nourish it, help the cells work, and help it produce more thyroid on itself, by itself. It's not going to actually put more thyroid in your system. Does that make sense? I hope so. I feel like that. Anyway, so ClariCalm does that with your hormones. If you have enough, you don't have too many, it really helps with that. I'm going to, okay. So it is great for heavy periods, cramping, PMS. A lot of times when women come to me with really crazy PMS symptoms, this is the first thing I give them. I'm like, try ClariCalm. It's amazing. It will do you so much good. It's also really great for hot flashes and mood swings, which was kind of interesting to me, the mood swings part. The hot flashes make sense because it's, again, the hormone thing. But I don't always think about mood swings in regard to hormones because I think of it in regards to mental health. But so much of it can be hormone driven that it makes a lot of sense. So ClariCalm is a great one. Just apply it to your abdomen every morning or every night. I like to do it at night because the clary sage can also help you sleep. So that's what I like to do with that one. Rose, the queen of oils. Duh. It is an absolutely amazing oil for so many things. But one of the biggest things it does is emotional balance. And again, just like we were talking about, it's not going to make your emotion go one way or another. It's going to help you balance the emotion you have. It boosts libido, which a lot of people who have hormonal issues find that that's an area that's really not great. It promotes openness and confidence. And just like the ClariCalm, you can put it on your lower abdomen to help with menstrual issues and promote regular ovulation. I love the smell of rose, so I just put it everywhere. I put it on my neck and my arms. And, it's great also for childbirth, to use to support yourself in childbirth. And if you have the baby blues, that will help a lot with that too. It is also great for men. It's kind of an oil that has been really thought about for women, but it works really well in men for prostate issues, impotence, things like that. So if there's infertility issues on the men's side as well, I don't want to get too much into it because we're mostly women and you can look it up yourself, but it's really good to help with with their swimmers being the best that they can be too. All right, phytogestrone complex. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this one because it is so amazing, and we haven't talked about it yet in any of our other classes. So phytogestrone is a natural form of estrogen-like therapy. So it's not estrogen, it's estrogen-like, and it uses phyto, so it's all plant-based. So it's natural sources of things that help us with our estrogen. It puts to balance not only a deficiency, but also an excess of harmful estrogen metabolites, minimizes unwanted symptoms associated with the menstrual cycle, contains genistein, a fermented soy extract that promotes healthy breast tissue and brings balance to hormones in men and women. So it's used in menopause, perimenopause, andropause, hormonal imbalance, mood swings, PMS. I have a breakdown of the ingredients here we're going to talk about. And I just want to know, a lot of people freak out about the soy extract, but it's not the same. It's an extract from the soy plant. It's not the whole soy thing. So the genistein is an it's an antioxidant that promotes healthy breast and uterine tissues, and it brings balance to hormones in men and women. It's also been shown to help prevent prostate cancer in men and ovarian cancer in women. I know a lot of women that have had a hysterectomy, but have left an ovary to help with hormonal balance. One of the concerns about leaving that ovary there is that there's not a lot of signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer until it's kind of too late. And so this is something you could take if that's you to kind of help prevent that. Flaxseed extract decreases estrogen metabolites for further hormone balance and protection of the sex organ tissues and cells. Pomegranate extract is a powerful antioxidant shown to help the reduction of free radical damage in the cells. And so here are some common questions. Can men use phytogestrone? Yes, men need to be able to utilize their own testosterone and keep a healthy balance, which means getting rid of all the Zen estrogens that they are exposed to. If you look up a lot of chemicals that we use in household cleaners, they are hormone disruptors, and one of the things that happen in them are the xenoestrogens. And so men are exposed to these as well. Phytoestrogen helps support healthy testosterone levels by assisting the body in managing toxins. This one says, what exactly does phytoestrogen do? It helps bring a desperately needed balance. Combined with cleansing, it clears out all the excess estrogen that happens when hormone receptors are blocked by endocrine disruptors. What is the difference between phytogestrone and the progesterone cream? They are totally different. Apples to oranges. The phytogestrone cleans toxic false estrogens off the cells and out of the body so that the areas are not blocking and interfering with the uptake of our natural hormones, like progesterone and testosterone. Most people have plenty of their own hormones, they're just not getting them because the xenoestrogens are blocking them. And this is so true in a lot of our issues, is that we make the right things, our body just isn't able to use the receptors because something else is blocking them. There's also the reason why phytogestrone is the right supplement for guys to appear to have low testosterone. So this one says, if the phytoestrogens clean cell receptors, does that mean you wouldn't need to take the supplement long term? If that's correct, how do you determine how long to take it? This says, we are constantly exposed to xenoestrogens, so for us, it's a lifetime product. Google sources of estrogens to see how they are in plastics and paints and adhesives and pretty much everything. For someone that only wanted to use it for fertility or because of prostate issues, that would be able to gauge it based on getting pregnant or the health of your prostate. So if you're using it for a specific reason, then you would just have to listen to your body on that one. So I have a question. I was watching a product talks about hormone balancing oils. I have a young girl with PCOS, adrenal fatigue, and her testosterone levels are on the higher end. She was wondering whether the phytoestrogen would help or hinder the testosterone levels. She loves Claricalm, but wants to address more. And this says the phytoestrogen complex is aptogenic, which means it's going to clear out toxic estrogen so that the other hormones can balance. I would absolutely get on it ASAP. Some other things it's helped with is PMS, skin, cystic acne and rosacea, hot flashes. This person says that Claricalm would stop them. So when they would have hot flashes, they would do peppermint spray and Claricalm, and that would stop them. But the phytoestrogen actually kept them from happening in the first place. And then another one mentioned her 75-year-old dad takes it and he stopped having night sweats. So phytoestrogen is an amazing thing that all people should be on, even though we're talking about women. And again, it says doTERRA women on it, so it might be a hard sell for some of the men, but it really is a great thing. Does anyone have any questions about phytoestrogen before we move on? Great.
Natalie, sorry.
Yes, no problem.
You said it was good for men with low testosterone?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay, I cut out for a second. Awesome.
Yeah. So the idea is that they might possibly be making the right amount of testosterone, but they're being blocked by the estrogens in all of our stuff, all the chemicals. So it'll help clean out the system and see if their own testosterone is enough. If after they took it for a couple months and there wasn't an increase in their testosterone levels, then they would probably need to move on to another therapy.
That is awesome because I'm 45, so all my friends, like my husband included, my friend's husband, seems like they're all kind of going through that phase of their lives, and really nice option. So
yes.
Great.
Okay, so moving on to the bone nutrient. We talked a little bit about this last week in the essential oils for all ages class, but it is worth talking about again. It's bioavailable nutrition for men and women necessary for bone integrity, strength, and overall health. It is important for those with weak or fragile bones, bone fractures, and growing individuals. So it's also really good for kids. And it's great in that it has calcium and magnesium. And we found so much research has been done about the importance of magnesium for bone health, and that it's not just calcium, and that we can't even absorb the calcium well without vitamin D and magnesium in our diets as well. So it's a really great blend of things, and of course it's got some natural substitutes in it as well. So the bone nutrient complex has vitamin C, vitamin D2 and D3, biotin, which is great for your skin and hair, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, manganese, and boron. So it's got all the great things you need if you have osteopenia, osteoporosis, if you have maybe just recently broken a bone or something, these would be great for that. Okay, so your pancreas is another huge hormone disruptive, can be an issue if it's out of whack. And so anyone who has diabetes knows all about their pancreas. So they said if you have pancreatic issues or you just want to care for your pancreas, take a Slim and Sassy soft gel every day. It talks about regulating your blood sugar and releasing excess water. Other things you can do is really limit your sugar intake, and it's hard to do, and cravings are real, especially during quarantine. So here is a sugar busting blend. It's peppermint, grapefruit, and lemon together, and it really helps stop cravings, which all of these I think are in the Slim and Sassy blend, so it will help stop cravings as well. I've also heard black pepper under your tongue, which is hardcore, but I guess if it works, it works. A lot of people use black pepper. They'll soak toothpicks in black pepper and then kind of suck on those, and that has really helped a lot of people with cravings in general, think things like tobacco and stuff as well. So if you want to support your pancreas, stop eating so much sugar and take some Slim and Sassy every day. Okay, thyroid. Oh man, anyone who's had thyroid issues knows that it will completely mess with your life, too much or too little. It doesn't matter which way. And that's what I love about this again, is it's care for my thyroid. It doesn't matter which way I need it. It's just thyroid care. So they have here clove, myrrh, lemongrass, frankincense, and peppermint. And so what I would do, this says in a roller, combine 10 drops each, top with FCO, and apply to the thyroid area 3 times a day. That's great. I love it. Making master blends makes life so much easier. So if you were to take these bottles out every single time and put a drop of each in your hand and then rub it on your neck, that would take a long time and it would get to be overwhelming. If you throw it all in a roller ball and then you just have to pull that out of your purse wherever you're at and put it on your neck, that's much easier. So master blends are great. Check your nutrition, your stress level, and your water supply. And supporting your liver, adrenals, ovaries, pancreas, pineal gland, and pituitary gland are all going to help your thyroid as well. They all work together. Our body is synergistic. We do not have one organ that stands alone, really. When you go to the doctor these days, that's another thing I really get bummed out about in Western medicine, is you say my stomach hurts and they only look at your stomach. You know, you say my back hurts and my leg hurts and they treat them as two different things as opposed to one's probably causing the other. Our body is a living organ that all works together. And so that's my soapbox for today. Okay, moving on. Thyroid. Hope you guys got a picture of this if you have thyroid issues. Moving on. Oh, I think I see a chat. Let me look at that real quick. Can you take grapefruit if you have high blood pressure? Absolutely. I don't see why you couldn't, but just before I say that, let me look it up. I have not heard of any issues with grapefruit and blood pressure before. Let me look at it. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not going to cause any issues. I think what you were looking at was that it might help with blood pressure issues. And yeah, there's no warnings against it. So that's good. And also, I just wanted to mention too with grapefruit oil is if you have one of those medications that don't say with grapefruit juice, this is totally fine. Because the grapefruit juice and the oil comes out of the rind and they have completely different chemical makeups. And so you can still use grapefruit oil even if you're not supposed to do grapefruit juice. Okay. Women's health and hormones. The pineal gland produces melatonin and it regulates the circadian rhythms. Circadian rhythms all have to do with sleep. And I was on, Liz, you were cracking me up. 12:30 she was sending me a message last night and she's like, I'm on Corona time, like I'm exhausted but I'm still awake. And it's so true. Our kind of, when we don't have things to keep us going, sometimes our routine goes out the window and then our rhythms get all messed up. And as the weather changes right now, like we went outside and got in the hot tub last night at 8:30 and it wasn't light, like the sun had set but we could still see. And it was just a month or two ago, I swear it was dark at 4:30. So, you know, as the seasons change, our cycles get a little messed up too. So our pineal gland is in charge of all that, and we want to support that. Serenity and Copaiba soft gels are amazing for helping you sleep. Get your room dark, put on an eye mask if you need to, meditate, calm down, do some nice music, a prayer, whatever works for you to kind of get your brain in that sleepy place. And then Serenity and Copaiba soft gels will help with that a lot. The pituitary gland is the master gland. This guy is so important. In A&P, it was funny. We learned about so much for the pituitary gland. And I remember at one point just like stopping, taking notes and just putting like, it's basically in charge of everything because it just, there wasn't anything it didn't affect, it seems like. Immortelle is a great one to support the pituitary gland. It's called the anti-aging blend. And so a lot of people, it's meant for your skin. But it's got so many amazing oils in it that are great for cellular protection. The helichrysum is the main one in that, and it is so good for cell health and cell regeneration. That is going to help a lot with that. And it also has frankincense, which we all know is amazing, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, and rose. So all of those are great oils for your cellular level, your nervous system in general, your brain, your spinal cord, all that. And through that, you'll get your pituitary gland as well. It's good for tension and mood balance. So it's, you know, even though we think about it for skin, it does so much more than that. And then frankincense is on here because, of course, it supports everything. It's one of those few oils that passes the blood-brain barrier, and I think sandalwood is another one of them. So it will actually get into the cellular membranes of your brain and spinal cord in a good way and help nourish and support them. So that is some stuff you can do for that. Okay, whoops, too far. So the endocrine system, kind of an overview. Here it is, all the glands in your body that produce hormones. It's directly involved in growth and development. Everything works through the circulatory system, which is also how essential oils work. You want to care for your liver, your pancreas, your adrenals, and your thyroid, especially. Those are kind of your big hitters. And then we added a little extra on the pineal and pituitary gland as well. This is just like a snapshot of everything we talked about. If you want to take a screenshot of that, that'd be a good one to just kind of have. Okay. So if you are looking at your wellness box, your wish list, what am I going to get next? Here's a great women's health wellness box idea. You get your Claricalm, your bone nutrient, your phytogestrone, and your rose. It's $139.50 with your 125 PVs. You also get the free oil of the month plus your free product credits back. And it's absolutely a great set of things to have. Here is, we've been talking about Symphony of the Cells in these, and here is the Hormone Balance Symphony of the Cells. So if you or someone you know is struggling with some hormone balance, this is just a great general thing. All these oils are amazing, and the way that this Symphony of the Cells puts them on your body is wonderful. So if you would like to screenshot that as well. We've decided on the 27th. So this series, this 8-week series, is over the week before the 27th. I guess that would be the 20th. I can do math. And then we were going to take the 27th off before we kind of start the series up again in June. And we decided to do a Symphony of the Cells short class on the 27th. So if this is something that's been interesting to you, there's more coming. And right down here at the bottom, you can see the Symphony of the Cells website if you want to go learn more on your own. Okay. So use oils, share oils, teach others. We're in a great place right now where people need natural solutions, and we can totally help them out with that. We would love to teach classes for you and your friends at a time that works for them. Yeah, if you would like to be a part of that, let us know. And if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them.